Yeehaw! Greetings to all in creation. This is our Aurora, Mother of New Creation. Happy 12/12 portal today. And we are just introducing all to the depth of the intensity of the upcoming energies that are about to jack shit up and lead you down to the deepest of the darkest of your unvisited inhibitions. So it's going to be very aquatic like, very just profundity of the ocean. So as you can see here, we have a bunch of snails, like algae, and then here's the fishies that are looking all for you and asking you to raise in consciousness, because this is something I've started in Boca Raton. And basically what's going on is the maritime life has become extremely stupid. So most, of the kept turtles that I visited and beyond in Boca Raton, it was just so sad, the amount of dumb that I had to force them to transmute. And I'm still working on all elementals. As I mentioned yesterday, I've done some deer work in this area here. And then it's very sad because they use deer magic with the churches who, they sacrifice humans. So if you think that they care about sacrificing animals, surely they don't. Now, the animals have become complacent and extremely dumb because of, the go spell whereby your god is you have dominion over fauna and flora. Wah! And you all think that you could do whatever the fuck you want, but that's not how it works. Because basically, if you all think that, say, oh my god, a spider bit me, I have to kill it, or no. When creatures bite you, it's to help you because you have so many problems. And if you think that pharmaceuticals are going to help you, you're very mistaken. Yeah, you are. Aww. So, in today's transmission, we are going to address the current situationals with all in creations. Absolute, just, it's been very strange because I have been noticing that you all lost heart equal earth, everybody. And that actually began in Moss Creek whenever these people have placed on me, in the backyard, between the garage and the main abode. I was in that little passageway and I was reading the red book that is called it was 5 volumes of, and I read all 4. Then I was in the middle of the red one when David chose to just tear it in 2. So it was the book of the heart, and it was the it wasn't Conversations with God. I went through that in Siesta Key, so that was another level. And I did not really do much about, was that the right use of will? Yes. That was the right use of will, okay? So I had done all the volumes, and then I was at the last one, which was red, and it was called the Heart Edition. And it tells you all about how Father and Mother, first of all, began creational story, how I created Father from my heart, and then every time we made love, an order of beings would come out of me. So that's how I created the cherubims, the seraphims, the rainbow tribe, the morning star tribe. Everybody came out of me every time him and I made love. And then Father behind, that's when the gap began. So how did the gap, when you go to the UK and you're trying to ride a metro, every time before you step in, I don't know if you've been there, it says mind the gap. First of all, that's where the illusion began, because a father's what do you call that? Just perversion is what it's called. So it says mind the gap everywhere, right? And then you have the brand called Gap. So first of all, I'm here to annihilate ego mind. It does not exist. We have a heart-brain connection to activate. The mind is an illusionary construct that began when Father began to assert his perversion on the daughters. So an order of angels came out. He started to want to fuck the daughter. So that's when the gap began, because at first we were breath by breath, moment to moment on the same wavelength, until he started to fuck the daughters. Soon as he started to fuck the daughters, it started to create thought forms like guilt, fear, and the rest of the bullshit. And then the daughters started to lie to me. And now it got so bad that the daughters want to call me their dog and want to be my mommy. It's amazing, you see? And the daddy's still fucking him. It's disgusting. And now the daddy's like, oh, but I have a job and I have a reputation. Like, they became so dumbed down, it's less than the gutter. For real. So, I was in the middle of the Book of the Heart, and David was pissed off because they don't want me to recover my sanity, And that's why the divorce said irreconcilable differences. Now, what's going on in David land, apparently the guy's dying. However, what also is going on is he's Cancerian, and under him he has the Virgo and the Ambura. And I wish I could say it but it's just like monkey brain. Like anybody walking down the aisle in someone else's name and thinking that they're my mommy is like, how little girls walk in mommy's room, use her perfume and wear her big shoes and dance in front of the mirror and start to have... And then now all the community is standing by this little girl trying to fit her little fucking toes in my shoes. And they're like, yeah! And they all want to take me down because they're all so diminished. And they hate me because I have a brain-heart connection active and I'm brilliantly gorgeous and divine and nobody's at my level. So everybody now's highest example is the little daughters that are cocksucking prostitutes killing David. Because he earned it. You want to die, Dave? Irreconcilable differences it is, sweetie. Because, sweetie pie, irreconcilable differences means that he had told me that, eventually he will walk me, he will if he's not my eternal divine partner, he will see to it that he's going to be there in the chapel when I marry my ultimate partner, which he was probably referring to what was going to come next in terms of Andrew. Now I understand, because I kind of comprehend the demented mentality and consciousness of the idiots, that when he gave me $200 and told me to fuck off Moss Creek the day that right after I met Andrew online, was because he was trying to prove that even if he tells me to leave, I will never find what he's got in line for me, and that I'm going to come back anyway and, do that dance. But little did he know, when he was yelling out loud since Siesta Key, going, "Who are you? Why are you here?" And I never said I am Aurora, mother of new creation, here to unite heaven and earth, because he hated the Jesus Christ whole timeline. He can't stand the Christ and the resurrection. Can't stand it. So I was scared. So they set me up all the way until Cancerian Miguel, who, participated with Jonah to put spells on me, to swipe my debit card under Jonah's name, whereby he was fucking Victoria, or who knows who else. Maybe he fucked them all at the Shasta Inn under Amy's watchful eye, who obviously failed herself. I mean, had she not denied me and my covenant, she would not have died. It's on her. So anybody trying to, you all be accountable. My mother was burnt worse than Joan of Arc. She didn't have no say, because you're all stupid losers. You don't know anything about what was waiting for you, courtesy of us. Now, a long story short, the irreconcilable differences I super agree on, because I have noticed that guys don't have any means of confidence at all. You're all sending me minions like now, and I also wish to thank Sir Leo. I am now in a Leo abode. If you guys can see here, there's like a lion with a, cross and a crown and a spectrum and a sun rotationals and the star, 5-pointed stars, and the rest of the stuff right here, okay? So, Forsyth tried to give me a kid. Forsyth is like Libra, a cusp, Virgo. So he's representing Jonah and Andrew, who both married Victoria and Ambura as Dima Tabrawi. One in Tennessee, one here. And then Andrew went as far as also marrying Coco overseas to like cover all grounds, because like, oh my God, David is so cool. Like, yeah, like now. So, William Forsyth gave me a key for legit, like it lasted 2 minutes. And then next thing you know, Brandon, the Virgo, also had given me, a little just piece of grass. So I put it on the pipe and I had a puff right on the patio where Forsyth had said it's totally okay, dear, to like, have a puff outside. Nobody minds. But it was staged with his whole community at 2-on-1 Cordillo to get me kicked out of 2-on-1 Cordillo for their, Jonah Terry's like takeover with Victoria and stuff like that. So, he gave me a key. It lasted 2 seconds. I had to give back the key. So now the only being out of all the island world who was able to give me a key that says princess and nobody took it away from me is a Leo. Okay, he works at Whole Foods. That's what's going on. So I thank the Leo frequency, and it's the whole North Carolina situation as well. Now, I don't know that these people want me to lose my resurrection too or not. I'm not very certain, who has which mask cask on their ears and what they want. But in like they're sending me like Tom 86 who tried to take me to Hardyville, after like Gemini sent me the John who took me to the Hampton Inn, John Cologne, meaning, and then from the Hampton Inn I was calling Collier nonstop, right? Now that I'm here, and I don't even call Collier anymore because this is by Collier, so thank you. You see? And nobody's forcing me into anything. I do what I want. Now, the irreconcilable differences situation comes from the fact that, first of all, I am archaea material. So I don't have your thoughts nor your behaviors, and I never will. Because it was not because of me that the retardation happened. I have nothing to do with the retardation. The retardation took place because of your shortcomings and the gap. It was not created by my heart equal earth. It's on Father. Now, after that fact, in the story of the right truth of will, and what is will today is will I am, William, that's how they call it, okay? William Hilton Parkway, right here. So the Billy Hodge situation, that was Leo too, but I believe that was Leo sent by the Andrew situation, to back up Ambura, that was in Jerusalem while I was in Turkey, so that they can have this like one up on me, because they wanted at any cost, because Andrew like is a very, very, very egomaniac kind of creature. Like apparently last night Ambura was like ripping off tires and setting the whole place on fire up in Moss Creek, because I was having dinner at an Italian restaurant, and I was kind of being kind, and asking you all to not hate Andrew because of his childish ways. And then they started to make up rumors that he's at BCGC and like that he's incarcerated. I think it's because they want me to like be excited and try to go there so that he can get me out of there. I think, but I looked up the records of BCGC. I saw nothing. Like there's no such thing. There's like Andrew Ryan Lindstedt. And I know Laura Lindstedt is the first victim of Michael Iaquinta here. Everybody that knows. Anywho, long story short, that's what happened in these terms. So in the story of the righteous of will, once I found out, and once it was too obvious that father had lost it, he was on a tangent, we stopped creating new orders of beings, because the new orders of being were being very disrespectful, and I'm their mother, because they were going sucking on father's dick in my freaking face, in my heaven. That was my creation. So then father took it upon himself to kick me out of heaven, which they did this lifetime again, sent me down to earth all alone, and I had to walk everywhere, all the planet, and I would just, seek shelter like at the shade of trees. I would eat fruit from the gardens of strangers, just like now, same story. But like back in the day, there was father of manifestation. So you had father of creation, then father of manifestation. Father of manifestation helped me out of the Mongoloid kids, because all the kids became Mongoloids. Like when I was sent back to earth the first time around, I was around the cherubims and the seraphims and everybody. They were all perverted idiots at that point. And they all since then tried to drug me, give me substances just to fuck with mother. And same now. And now they're all doing the same thing, like those fraud for fathers. Okay, great. You have the Leo team, the Cancer team, the Virgo team, the Libra team, the Gemini. And now some feminines think they are father. Like now Gemini and Scorpio and Taurus, they think that they're going to be father, or that I'm going to be father for them. But I'm mother. I ain't fucking gay, nor does it exist. But they don't get it. Because every day that they reoffer me, a guy who comes from God knows where to try to get me an Uber, to try to show me a gun and money, to try to entice me, as if I'm an idiot, to go to Hardyville. Like, you think I'm going to go the distance? I'm a bike girl. I'm sustainable. I'm mother of new creation. I received my covenant here. You think I'm going to get it in an Uber to go to the next town? Because some people have eaten toast and eggs in the morning, and I'm going to make money out of getting hip that way? It's not going to happen. I mean, and any being who even has these thoughts, that's not father energy at all. Like father energy wants me for himself, period, the end. He ain't going to use Cordoba to send John Colon to then, since the Cordoba plan, Gemini did not work, then, and then, so it's up to you all to figure. But now Andrew's also manipulating, energies with tarot, like, oh, stay home, don't go anywhere because baby, rest today. Like, it's fucking bullshit. Just because I'm getting invites to here and there, he's scared that I go pop the Weasel somewhere else. So he manipulates me with tarot, him and Ambura. It's very stupid. The whole thing is dumb, and then you also have Aries, who's just sending me his minions and everything. But none of you are being accountable for father energies, So either you're going to have to just embrace and allow and be who you really are. Or if you're still thinking that you can trick me and because you're not confident is why you're trying to send me left, right, and center. Because what if I reject you maybe? Or what if you lose karmic? Or what if your child from karmic cries? I don't know what you might be thinking. What if your pet has a disorder if you actually come visit Mother of New Creation? I don't know what they might be thinking, the masculines. But That's the irreconcilable differences status that I was served a fraud for divorce paper in regards to. And actually, I do thank Jonah for having, given David the like counterattack, because like you have to have both poles. And I know that, Forsyth like says, yeah, now we have defeated David. Like there's a war going on, you see. But I don't pay any attention because that's on the outside and that does not regard me whatsoever. I am still prime creator energy and you're still not getting through to me because you're still playing in old paradigm fearful games, and that's not where I operate. I don't come in false evidence appearing real. Since the beginning of time, I've been walking alone on this land with all the demented fallen angels, and you want to tell me I'm fallen? No, I ain't. Not at all, not the least tiny even little bit. So if you don't have the courage and the oomph to come for yourself and razzle dazzle, don't charge little minions to do this on your behalf, period, the end. That's about it. And like yesterday at the Italian restaurant, you have like two ladies that were sitting next to me. One of them stood up and they're like, Seabrook. And then they said something like, William, I don't know what they said. And then she perched herself perpendicular. She pointed her ass at my face and she farted. And maybe you guys think it's funny, but you're all using these primitive ways to try to get me to do stuff that I'm never going to do. I'm never going to be on my knees for any of this. And if you think that I'm sad that you call me your pet or your baby, I will stay that way until the end of time, and you're all jealous of me because none of you all can be a billion years old and yet be in my physical condition now, and that's a privilege. It is a privilege. Why would I lose it for anything on earth, let alone for a minion with money and a gun, or another minion with weed and another gun? I ain't gonna lose it. I'm going to stay that way. If every time I go to the gym, you're going to call the gym person, tell her, oh, go torture her a little bit, tell her that her top is not appropriate. You're the Muslim, not me. And then the day before, so all this, you guys have to wisen up, smarten up, because as I said yesterday, I'm past the finish line since the beginning of time. I created all this. You think I care that the daughters became fucking Mongoloids because of Father of Creation? I don't care. Okay, Father of Manifestation tried to save the day. Thank you. Now where do I stand? Now I'm safe for the moment. I have a gym I'm going to work out. Plus, if you guys don't understand, I'm working on inner divine union. So my inner masculine and feminine to come into union so I be goddess. So never in my life will I be playing old paradigm games of bowing down to any of your minions at any cost, any time of the day. I want to be romanced to the sky and beyond to redeem you all. You think I'm just gonna go and sell short to some town in a hotel room in a shady environment? Why? Because you think I'm scared you're gonna send me to the mental institute or back to BCGC? I ain't scared because you're not gonna do it. Because you can't do it. Because you tried. Were you been able to, you would already done it. You can't do it. You have nothing against me. You're murderers. You're guilty. And maybe you will hire a new cop that is absolutely crazy, that you will not tell them the story of what's going on and send him over to make a total fool out of himself so that you can all die happily, if that's what you want. And if you think any Arcturian or anything is going to show up for the event, if you endanger me, you're dreaming. It's going to get even way worse. So that's why I'm not scared at all. I have no such thing in any of my mitochondria right now. That's about it. And if you think it's only about the Arcturians, you're mistaken. You don't know nothing about the event. And if you also don't know, all these other, beings from other dimensions, they loathe humanoids. They think you all stink. They hate your cosmetics. They hate your perfumes. They can't stand you all. You think they can't wait? No. They know you're parasitical entities, and everybody, even the cats can't even sit next to me because they know they're in wrong action. As I said to every turtle in Boca Raton, what in the world? And they hear me. Yesterday they were trying to feed the fish in there. They had their fingers in there with bloodworms, and the fish was like mesmerized by my energy. Nobody was even going to get the worms, and then it had to do the second, so that they. But all the creatures, you've dumbed them down because now they expect that you're going to kill them to eat them. Not after me. You ain't here to eat these creatures. If they can't step up and be intelligent and participate, there's no such thing. I'm not playing your game. So yes, it is irreconcilable differences till the end of time, and I reinforce it with the Galactic Confederates and beyond. And if you, David, think that if you tell Ambura to play my mommy and try to like fuck with me on YouTube because you think that's my ego, no, that's your goddamn ego. She's an idiot. You're a triple idiot. So is Andrew. And if you think your first irreconcilable differences is going to be reconciled by hiring a fucking dumb prostitute stripper from Louisiana, it ain't. So get hip or die trying. You're dying, David. Bang, bang.